Alrighty, guys, welcome to Primetime Pips, guys. We're here with another video in which we're going to be talking about when is the best time to actually be trading. When are the best times, I should say, that you should be trading. What times of the day is the best days for you to go at it with your trading? And if you guys don't know anything about the four sessions that go on throughout the day, I do want to start off with that first, and then I'll kind of go over what I did here with this trade that I'm currently still in at the moment, which I am raping this trade. I got in up here. I'm sorry, no. I got back in with this next candle, which was right here. It went up a little bit. I was negative as shit because it's long wick, but I ended up winning. I did a standard lot here, which is $10 per pip. I was negative $260. I got really worried. I was like, oh man, but trusted my gut, and now I am up $1,600 as we speak. So, real quick, so there's different types of Forex sessions that you guys can actually trade, right? There's the New York session, the Sydney session, which is the Australia session, Tokyo session, which is the Japan session, and then the London session, everybody's favorite. A lot of people like to trade during the London and the New York session. I'm gonna tell you why. But the times that these actually occur with the sessions, the New York session usually starts at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. The Sydney session the Australia session usually starts at 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern Time. All of this is Eastern Time, by the way, so I don't have to keep saying it. Tokyo session, which is the Japan session, which starts at 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern Time, and the London session, which is 3 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, you may have noticed something within that time if you broke these down. If you guys don't know it, this is just basic essentials that you guys should know. The New York and the London session overlap, right? So does the Sydney and the Tokyo. But the New York and the London sessions are the biggest sessions because that's when the charts really move because everybody's actively trading within those times. Um, so you don't have to get up. Like I said, the London session starts at 3 a.m. Eastern time, so it may be different your time, but you have people that may get up at 2:30 Eastern time to go trade at 3 a.m. to see what's going on in the London session. Me personally, I get up since I'm Central Time. The London session starts at 2 a.m. for me, and the New York session starts at 7:30 a.m. for me. I wake up at 5. Like in the mix of the London session, and I stay up when the New York session opens up, and that's when I usually get up and do all of my trades around 5 o'clock Central Time, and I usually go at it. And like I said, it's a lot of volume within those times to trade. So I would highly recommend you guys trading within those areas and get it going. But now that we kind of went over times, went over um, basically the best time to trade or the best sessions to trade, which is the London session and the New York session. Now, that does not eliminate you for the rest of the day. You may think, okay, what about the Sydney and the Tokyo session? Because charts can move then too. Um, if there's some type of news, it can move then, or if you were waiting for a move, it could move then as well. Um, if you see a good setup, no matter what session you're in, it's setting up properly. Take your ideal setup, whatever it is. Take it at any time. That's perfectly fine. I do it. I trade at any time of day. Most of my trades are made during the London and New York session, but I trade within the afternoon too if I see something that has a high probability of me winning. So don't be afraid to do that when it comes down to um, trading throughout the day. Now, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I didn't want to overwhelm you with every video, putting too much information in all of these videos, but I do want to go over what I did with this trade. How did I get in? Um, and what made me get in, basically. So with this, I really, excuse me, I had three confirmations here. So for me to hop into a trade, I really need three confirmations for me to feel comfortable enough to hop in. Just like here, it was a nice little trade set up here as well. But you see these lines here. This is called divergence, and I use the RSI indicator for it. When the RSI and the actual price chart is doing different things, that's what you call divergence. Divergence is the separation of two things, right? Once I see this going on, I know price wants to go down because RSI is going down. RSI is what is telling you where price wants to go, right? So once I see this opposite here and it's reaching to this point, like I said, I hopped in here a little bit above a little bit above this green line. I hopped in right here, knowing though that usually when divergence happens, it has another little push up before it actually goes down. So I could have gotten in here as well, and put in another order because I knew, but I didn't. I put in another order here though. I had divergence here, right at my resistance point, which we'll go over support and resistance as well in a different video. Um, and that's two confirmations here: divergence, support and resistance, and we have a double top right here that is actually forming. That is helping me understand that this chart is going to go down. We're going to go over what a double top is um, in one of the videos in due time. Um, and that's pretty much it. And as we got further, even let me zoom in a bit. And as we got further from in this area, we had divergence still as well. Boom, boom, it went up, and this one went down. It just shot right down right after that. Then we had this really, really long wick, which has a lot of selling pressure to it, and it went down some more. This little up, and usually a long candle like this is usually a fake out candle. Um, I usually don't get faked out by these and try to hop in when it's up here. Now I usually wait, and once I see the down movement, I'm actually hopping into a sell. I was actually waiting on this to happen for a while, but when I got up here and got as low as this, started coming back up and started to go back down. That's is when I'm moving my stop loss to gain profit. So right now my stop loss is really down. It's down here. So I already guaranteed myself over $1,000 with this trade, and I'm just waiting to see if it's gonna go down some more. But it's looking like it may not go down too much more. It's actually looking like it wants to turn around, but we'll see how this goes because it's looking more like a hammer. But we'll see. But that's pretty much it. Just for a quick overview of a trade, if you already know what you're doing. Um, that's just how I got in. I keep shit very simple, guys. When I trade, because it works. Even if I'm just hopping in for 10 pips, but when I do divergence and offer the support, and whether if it's a chart pattern, candlestick pattern, telling me something else on Fibonacci, I usually know you got to use logic when it comes down to Forex. From what you learn, I can easily have a take profit, which my original take profit was here. But I figured I got rid of my take profit and just did a trailing stop loss to guarantee myself some profit, which we'll go over what a trailing stop loss is as well. Um, and just kept riding this out, which I'm glad I did because I'm made a lot more money than what I was gonna make. But that's pretty much it, guys. With the best times to trade, remember I said the London and New York session is usually the top dogs that you usually will want to trade. And that is about it, guys. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and I will gladly answer it as soon as possible. If not, follow me on Instagram at PrimeTime Pips, and just easily just ask me a question off of there, off our Instagram channel, and we will get back to you as quickly as possible. All right, guys. Thanks. I appreciate.